it was a lockdown period, and during that time, most of your preparation got affected. So 15.97, approximately 60. Good morning, NEET aspirants. Good morning, medical seat aspirants. This is Akil Kumar Lagati, Director of Gurudev NEET Academy as well as Gurudev Science College, Dharwad. I know most of you are eagerly waiting for the day of the result. Good thing, the result date has been announced much before the anticipation. Result date have been announced much before the expectation. Actually, we were expecting results to be announced a little late, but luckily they are announcing it in first week of September 7th. My dear all, as results will be announced very soon, there are few preparations from our side. There are certain things what we should be prepared. We should understand the process of seat selection. We should understand the process of cutoffs. Okay, with what cutoff you can expect what kind of college or what kind of selection. So my dear medical seat aspirants of 2022, Gurudev Academy Dharwad welcomes you for this session. I expect you to understand the complete process in next 45 minutes so that you will be having proper exposure on complete selection process as well as how the NEET selection or medical seat selection goes. Dear all, first thing, let us understand why it is important to understand, why to know this, because yes, you are able to assume that you are expecting your score to be around 600, 650, but you are getting your score around 600 or 550 or 500. You should have an idea with that score where all I can go, whether I can get a medical seat or not, whether last 2 years we had got medical seat with that score or not. You should have a proper idea. If you have a proper idea of what score you have and what colleges you can get, accordingly you can plan. That is why it is important to know this. So going next, factors affecting the cutoff. My dear all, I don't know how many of you were present. Just a month back, I had done a different webinar on the cutoffs, expected cutoffs, factors affecting the cutoffs. Probably immediately after NEET examination, I had conducted a webinar. Okay, there also I have explained this. Now also I'm trying to explain that. Total number of candidates, yes, more number of the candidates, the cutoffs may go high. I mean, it is called as relative competition. If number of candidates increase, there will be more competition. There will be more people who will be repeating. Okay, so total number of available seats. Even this is also very important factor. If number of seats are more, probably cutoffs may standardize. If number of seats are less, cutoffs may go high. That is why if we look in further slides, there are more seats added this year compared to the previous year. Level of paper, yes. Level of paper is one more important factor. This time the level of paper was at a very, challenging level. I don't say very difficult one, but it was like something where you should have applied your brain. Type of questions in paper, that is again same. Time given in paper almost remains same here as well. And reservation. This is also one important factor. Let us look into that as well in coming slides. So my dear all, total number of candidates. This is very, very important to understand how the competition is changing every year. My dear medical seat aspirants, you should also understand how many aspirants are there in India, okay, who are writing NEET every year, so that you will understand how small we are in front of the competition. Okay, how large is the competition? How many aspirants are there in India? So my dear all, if you look at 2020 was that year where we were facing lockdown, we were facing COVID-19 situations. Under that threat, still many of them who had applied for NEET, wrote their NEET examination. Number was close to 16 lakh. I can say this as 16 lakhs. Okay, look at this. 2020 number was 16 lakh. Whereas 2021, it is 16.14 lakh. I don't see too much of increase or so much of increase between this. Almost same. Almost same. Can you see this? Okay, from 2020 to 2021, number of candidates has not increased so much. Hardly a change of 20,000 here. Close to 20,000 here. Not more than that. But this is something which you have to definitely keep in mind. 2022, the year in which you have taken your NEET examination. My dear all, this is the year in which you have taken a NEET examination. Please look at the number. It is 18.5 lakh. Almost 2.5 lakh increase in number of candidates. Just try to understand, my dear future aspirants, why there is so much increase. Why there is so much increase in number of candidates. See, here it is 16.14. It is 18.50. Almost 2.5 lakh increase. Why? Simple fact, very simple fact. Please try to understand. Those who could not fetch a medical seat in this attempt, those who could not fetch a medical seat in this attempt took it second time. So, there are many repeaters. I can say at least 10% of 10%, close to 10 to 15% of this crowd is minimum. I am saying minimum 10 to 15% of this crowd is repeaters crowd. What do you mean by repeaters crowd? The candidates who took their NEET in 2021 but could not get a medical seat, but they did not opted for anything. They did not opted for anything what they got. They wanted medical seat, so they waited for one more year. They took NEET again in 2022. So these are the people who are going to increase the competition. The candidates who had scored 400, 450, 350, around 500, around 550, 520, 530, but still could not get a medical seat, are the candidates who have repeated their exam again, this year, and they are going to give a tough competition, because the exam which you are writing for, which you have taken for the first time, they are taking it for the second time. Definitely they would have prepared much better. Definitely they would have an upper hand. So my dear all, this is going to make a lot of difference in this year's results. Mark my word, they are the one long-term candidates who have repeated their NEET 2022 are going to rule the result this time. That is my promise to all of you. Next, total number of available seats. We will have a quick go through these slides. Just try to understand how many seats you have. In 2020, we had 280 government colleges, as well as in 21, 285, not much of change, with the number of seats 42,000, 43,000 and 44,000. Okay, whereas number of private colleges 262, 270. I mean, you can see that, okay, last year they were 269, only increased by 1. 285, it remains same. Both remains the same, not much change. Both remains the same. Right. So, but number of seats 39,000 were there in 21, and now there are 41,000 seats in private colleges, 44,000 seats in government colleges. So, these are the number of seats which you will be aiming for. These are the number of seats which you will be aiming for. My dear all, Total number of available government seats in Karnataka. This is important if you are applying to government quota, that is Karnataka quota, not all India quota. If you are going for seat selection procedure, if you are going for option entry, okay, there are two ways of option entry: all India quota and Karnataka quota. See, you can choose either of them. You can choose either of them. You cannot choose both. If at all you are choosing Karnataka quota, then number of government colleges are 19. Number of government colleges are 19. 2,900 government seats in government colleges, whereas 38 private colleges and 5,745 seats in private colleges. All put together, total seats in government and private is 8645. Total number of seats in government and the private college put together is 8645. Can you see the number here, my dear? It is both government and private colleges put together. See, when you get your results on September 7th, you will be eligible for all these seats in Karnataka. At the same time, you will be eligible for equal number of all seats. I mean 44,000 as well as 41,000 seats in all over India. Okay. So, going ahead, level of paper. Let us look at the level of paper. Already most of you are aware. My dear all, in my previous slides, in my previous videos, I have discussed about level of paper of 2022. I had a separate session on that. Okay. So, level of paper in 2020, how people have rated that? 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, or you can take it as 7 out of 10. Okay. So, I can say that 2021 was 8 out of 10 as well. Okay. But 2022 was 9 out of 10 difficulty level or 10 out of 10 difficulty level. It is not what I am telling, it is a survey done. Okay, it is the opinion taken from many of the students. Based on that, we have arrived at these numbers. Okay, so I can say that even if this is exaggerated, I can say that at least 9 by 10 was the difficulty level, or on the scale of 10, 9 was the difficulty level. I can definitely say that. So, my dear all, number of questions and sections in paper. See, in 2022, not every question was difficult. In 2022 NEET, not every section was difficult. It is just few of those questions which made the paper difficult, or different type of questions altogether. Biology had seen a variety of questions compared to the previous years. Okay, so the kind of application of mind was different there. I mean, you could have not approached them with a regular method. Unless until you would have seen such questions before, you would have not solved in the examination. So, my dear all, number of questions and sections in paper, parameters 2021 and 2022, we are going for that. Type 1, direct one word and single line answers were there, or questions were there. In 2022, this is very important, assumption and reasons questions. A and R questions, what we usually call them as. Again, this was kind of time taking, unless until you have practiced them before, it was difficult to take them in the examination. So, in type 2, we had matched the column, whereas here statement 1 and statement 2. I mean, you should have analyzed both. You should have gone for whether statement 1 is correct or statement 2 is correct, or both of them are correct or both of them are wrong. Those type of questions were there in 2022 examination. Type 3, which is called as the difficult level question. Okay, this is rated as a 10 out of 10 difficulty level on the scale of 10. How many statements are correct or incorrect? This was something which was time consuming. This was something which many students were not aware. Okay, assume that there were 3 statements which were correct, but you knew only 2 statements correct. Still your answer is wrong. I hope you're able to get my point. Whichever statements were correct, you should have marked all of them as correct. Okay, so this required more deeper analysis. This required proper analysis. Otherwise, many of them have gone wrong here. As I got to know from our students, many of them have gone wrong here, but we had solved many such questions in our mock test. So our students did decently well, but I don't know, I mean others, but our students could perform really better in these sections just because we had covered those questions before. So my dear all, number of questions, time given and sections in paper, which has almost remained same. Okay, nothing much has changed. This questions asked in 2021 or 2022 was 200, 180 minutes and 200 minutes. Yes, this time they gave 200 minutes, and number of sections were A and B. Yeah, I hope you are aware of already this. Number of sections per A and B. It's same again. 200 minutes, 20 minutes more compared to the previous examination. See, for that reason, still I don't believe 2022 exam was that difficult. I mean, 10 out of 10 difficulty level, I don't assume, I don't believe that. I still say that it was probably 8 or 9 out of 10 because 20 minutes were extra. Those 20 minutes extra time definitely should have helped you perform better, right? So, next, previous year's cutoffs and rank analysis. This is very, very important for your future selection because this is going to give you clear idea what you can expect this year. So, my dear all, remember 2021 to 2022, 2.5 lakh candidates have been increased. I mean, number of candidates who took NEET-2022, they were more than 21. So definitely there will be stiff competition. You can expect that. My dear all, let us look at 2017, 18, 19, 20 and 21. Probably if you analyze, you will understand how the cutoffs were there during those years. So cutoffs and ranks, general category. Okay, in 2017 it was 558. In 2018 it was 536. Can you see this? 536 was a score. That is, this was the last score or this was the last rank who have got a medical seat. That is for the general category. If you belong to general category and if you have taken 2021 NEET examination, you should have scored at least 599 or your rank should have been less than 19,207. All India rank I am telling. If your rank was less than 19,207 and score was more than 599, there was a chance you could have got a medical seat. Anything less than this, they have not got medical seat under general category. I am speaking about general category. Whereas OBC, my dear all, there is not much difference between general category and OBC. If you look at this, 558, 556, 536, 533, or 580, 580, or 599, 599. Can you see any difference here? Score wise, there is no difference. Only rank wise, hardly some 30-40 difference. So, I don't consider general category and OBC as two different categories. They are almost same. Only with a mild upper hand for OBC. Otherwise, I don't say that they have any upper hand compared to general category. Yes, definitely when it comes to SC category, they have some better opportunities compared to any other two categories. If you belong to SC category, you should score at least more than 480 to 490 this time. I mean, 490 is also less. Probably next slides I am going to cover what should be your score this year to get a medical seat. That we are going to look in the coming slides. But for your information, those who had applied in the SC category last year, those who had scored the rank as 99,542, even they could fetch a medical seat. This was the least score. This was the least rank by which they could have got a medical seat last year. Okay, let us see what we have further. 21 cutoff and rank analysis. See, it is round 1, round 2, round 3. If you all look at these scores, my dear, 599, 482, 462. If you look at these scores, I have discussed these scores that 599, 484, those were of the third round. I mean, third round. That was the analysis for the third round. If you look at this, you will understand. Okay, so round 3 cutoffs, they were the round 3 cutoffs. But in round 1, to fetch a seat, to confirm a seat in round 1, general category should have scored 612. My dear, look at this. With 550, 500, you could have not fetched a seat in first round. General category, I am telling. Your score should have been above 610. 612 was the cutoff in round 1. And whereas in round 2, it was 603. And in round 3, it was 599. I mean, those who have scored 612 and above, guaranteed a seat in first round. Anybody less than this have not got seat in first round. Anybody less than this have got seat in the second round. Anybody less than this have got seat in third round. Anybody less than this have not got seat at all. Are you all getting my point here? So your score varied from 612 to 599. This was for from round 1 to round 3. Round 1 to round 3. Why this is important, my dear all? Try to understand, because this is going to give you a clear picture what you can expect this year. All right. So in the same way for AC, it was 507 in the first round and 484 in the third round. Can you all see that? Whereas for OBC, it was 610 in the first round and 599 in the third round. So this is not too much of difference here. Hardly with 11 marks of difference from first round to third round. Okay, I mean, you cannot say that, okay, sir, first round has closed at 612, but my score is 550. Can I get a seat in third round? I doubt. If you ask me, sir, my first round cutoff is 612, but my score is 550. Do I need to wait till third round? Then I suggest no. If your score is 550, third round has closed at 599. It cannot come below 590 or 580. If your score is 550, I will suggest drop that year, go for long-term preparation. If your aim is to become MBBS or doctor in modern medicine. Okay, no sir, I can compromise. I can go for Ayush. I can go for other streams. Probably you can wait. But if your aim is to get into MBBS, then if anything less than this, you should not wait. Okay, so what about 2022? This is more important. 2022, let us see. In Karnataka, 535 plus or minus. My dear students, please try to understand. When it comes to option entry, you have to enter all the colleges available in that list. You cannot choose this college, because I have seen last year also I have guided many students. I have seen many students making this mistake. Many students entered they opted for Karnataka quota and they chose only few colleges. Most of them could not choose many colleges in Bangalore. See, look here. Please use your intelligence. When it comes to option entry, you can enter all the colleges available under Karnataka if you are applying under Karnataka quota. Okay. Depending on your score, it will be allocated. Don't worry. You need not choose only 1, 2, 3, 4. No. You choose all the colleges. Wherever you are eligible, it will be taken care. Are you all getting my point here? So, those whose score is less, ಯಾರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾರು ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಬಹುದು, ಯಾರು ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಬರಬಹುದು, ಅವರು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಕೋಟಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬಹಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು. Those who are expecting their score to be less, those who are expecting a moderate performance in the examination, they have to apply under Karnataka quota, because for general category we are expecting last round. This is not first round, this is last round. Last round cutoffs to be 585 plus or minus. 585 plus or minus. If your score is near this range, or above this, then definitely go for all India quota. But if your score is near this score, 535 plus or minus 5, I mean, if it is between, if your score is expected score or the actual score on September 7th is between 590 and 540, I suggest you to go for Karnataka quota, because anything between this you should apply for Karnataka quota. Anything more than 600, go for all India quota. Anything more than 600, go for all India quota. Anything more than 540 but between 590, go for Karnataka quota. My dear all, I have seen many candidates making mistake in seat selection because they don't have proper idea of that. That is why this session is important, my dear all. Okay, so next, if you belong to OBC category, you are expecting your score more than 570, that is 580, 590 plus, then go for all India quota. If your score is in this range, go for Karnataka quota. So this is the expectation of 2022. It may vary only by plus or minus 5 because this is our in-depth analysis. Based on that, we have given this number, my dear all. Once you get your result, you will realize how accurate we were, how accurate we are. Okay. Now, NEET 2022 cutoff for SC and ST category, SC category especially. So, this is all India expected cutoff. So, if you belong to SC category, if you want to apply under all India category, then 500. If your score is near to 500, then go for all India quota. If your score is around this, please go for Karnataka quota. Similarly, this is for ST, 550 plus or minus 5 is the expected cutoff all India quota. 440 plus or minus 5 is the cutoff for Karnataka quota. Okay, similarly, NEET counseling is done for what? Okay, all this we saw. If your score is all this, then NEET counseling is done for which course? It is done for MBBS, BDS, Bachelor in Dental Science, Ayush. Again, we have veterinary, BSc, and nursing. My dear all, we have many students who are opting for BSc Agriculture, who would have gone through practical training, who would have gone for practical, who would have prepared very well and given their examination, waiting for CET results, CET option entry. So, I hope already you have got a clear idea. Probably, I hope you, based on your score, you have some expectation there, right? So, by writing NEET examination, you can apply for all these courses, but highest priority is always given for this, and the next priority is given for the remaining courses. Under Ayush, we have BAMS, we have BHMS, and other courses like that. Okay, so types of counseling: all India counseling 15%, state counseling 85%. Okay, see, you have to understand. I told you very clearly. If you are very confident, of scores, okay, if you are very confident, my dear all, of scoring, if you are very confident of scoring 600 plus, only then go for all India quota if you belong to general category, because all India quota has 15% reservation, whereas state quota has 85% reservation. But if you are expecting lesser score, then I suggest you to go for state counseling process, that is state quota. Otherwise, if your score is really good, go for all India quota. So MCC is a medical counseling committee. Now onwards, wherever I use MCC, I mean to say medical counseling committee. Okay. Next. Category: refundable registration fees. 15% all India quota central universities like AIMS, All Indian Institute of Medical Science. My dear all, I always tell my students, aim for AIMS. Aim for AIMS. Nothing less, nothing else. If at all you want to prepare for medicine, then go for AIMS. Okay? Illa nanage siktilla first chance alli kutkolri, innondu varsha kutkolri, enagodilla. Okay, I always tell my students, it is better to compromise 1 year now than compromising whole life. ಮುಂದಿನ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಭವಿಷ್ಯದ ವರ್ಷಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕೊರಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಈ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷ ಇನ್ನೊಮ್ಮೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಈ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷ ಇನ್ನೊಮ್ಮೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಈ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷ ಇನ್ನೊಮ್ಮೆ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಚಲೋ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅಗೇನ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿ, ಸಿ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ registration fees 11,000 for general category, whereas OBC, SC, ST and PW, physically challenged can go with 5,500 rupees as registration fees. Okay, and again there is refundable, non-refundable is there, that you will get to know. So next, after you have completed the counseling process, you will be displayed choice filling option. Please try to understand. After you have completed the counseling process, you will be displayed choice filling option. Choice filling option or option entry, what we call as. This is very, very important. Please make a note of it. Please make a note of it. This is very important, my dear. Okay, so option entry. On the page, you can find the list of NEET UG participating colleges. Okay, see, whenever you will be displayed choice filling option on that page, in that page, you can find a list of NEET UG participating colleges. All those colleges which are participating in counseling process, those college names will be displayed in that page, on that page. Okay, so as per your preference, you will have to select the colleges depending on your interest, depending on your choice, depending on your preferences, maybe near to your place or best college or top college of India or Karnataka. You have to choose the college according to your interest. Next, make sure to provide your college choices as per your preferences. After you are done with that, you can submit the form. My suggestion to all of you, don't limit your choices. Apply for all the colleges. Okay, just don't go for the colleges depending on your score. Even you can apply for the colleges which have higher cutoffs. You can go for the colleges which have lower cutoffs as well. What I'm trying to tell you, don't make too many choices. Just go for everything. Okay, as much college you can apply, it is better. Okay, so note, option entry is very important to get best medical college. After this process, result will be declared on MCC website, Medical Counseling Committee's website, which is www.mcc.nic.in. Please make a note of this, your results. That is, after this process, result will be declared on MCC website. Which colleges you have chosen or which colleges you have got an option, that will be displayed on this website. My dear all India quota round 1. Look here, NEET 2022 MCC All India quota counseling process. How actually it goes? You'll be having All India quota round 1. After that, you'll be having All India quota round 2. If you do not get seat in first round, you have to again put your choice in second round. So if you do not get seat in second round, you have to again put your choice in mop-up round. This is also famously called as third round or mop-up round. Okay, so if you do not get seat in mop-up round, you have to again put your choice in SV round, stray vacancy round. Stray vacancy round means even those few seats which are available after third round will be given in this round. Okay, here number of seats left will be very less and probably not from the best colleges. There will be below average or average colleges whose stray vacancy will be available. So usually those who have done really well, in their NEET exam will end up choosing their seat either here or here. So those whose scores are above 570, 580, above 600, 700, usually they will end up here. Okay, they will finish here. Okay, those whose score is little less but still waiting for a luck to strike, will end up in these rounds. Okay, so probably in these rounds, number of seats available will be very less. You should always aim to book a seat or get a seat within these two rounds. Okay, next, state round. Again, whatever is applicable for that is same applicable here as well. But as I told you, please, you have to choose either counseling of All India counseling or All India quota counseling, or you can go for state quota counseling. You can go for All India quota counseling or state quota counseling. So you cannot go for both. Choose any one of them. I suggest you choose that based on your score. Higher the score, All India quota. Average and below average score, go for state quota. Okay. Now, essential documents, what you need to carry. Please make a note of it, my dear all. Please make a note of it. Class 10th mark sheet, that you have to carry with you. 12th mark sheet, definitely you have to. NEET 2022 admit card, NEET 22 application form, NEET 2022 scorecard, which you are going to get on 7th of September or after that. So please carry that with you. NEET seat allotment letter, category certificate. If you have any category certificate, please carry that with you. 8 passport size photos, same as application form. Your passport size photos, what to carry should be same as what you have given in application form. Proof of identity, Aadhaar and voter card, preferably Aadhaar card. Okay, so my dear all, original documents along with the 4 set of attested photocopies. You should take original documents along with you. Original documents, 1 file of original documents and 4 sets of photocopies which are attested. That is what you have to carry with you. All these documents, your original documents, one set and 4 sets photocopies. Okay, why 1 year NEET and long term? Now we have discussed all about what all you can expect from 2022, how you should be prepared, which quota you have to apply, whether all India quota or state quota, what can be your score to get a medical seat, what should be your score to get a medical seat. That is what we have discussed. Now, going ahead, why 1 year NEET long term? Because many students come to me, I told you my dear all, why 1 year long term is important, why 1 year NEET long term is important. I will take you through a previous slide. You will understand that. Okay, what you can see here, why NEET long term is important. I will show you why NEET long term is important. NEET long term is important because last year these were the candidates who wrote NEET, and this year these were the candidates who wrote NEET examination. Increase of almost 2.5 lakh candidates. Many of them will be repeaters. Many of them will be long-term candidates. How are you going to compete with them? In the first attempt, yes, I appreciate if you are able to get a medical seat in first attempt. But if not, don't compromise with the dreams, my dear all. Please try to understand, your dream should not be compromised. Okay, ನೀವು ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ. ತುಂಬಾ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಇದೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ. Okay, ತುಂಬಾ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ, it is better to compromise 1 year now rather than compromising life throughout. ಮುಂದಿನ ಜೀವನ ಕೊರಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ 1 ವರ್ಷ ಕೊಡಿ, ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಮ್ಮೆ ಓದಿರ್ತೀರಿ ಹೇಗಾದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ. Already you have done 1 round of preparation. Now whatever it is there, next 6 months, 8 months preparation is fine tuning. It's called as finishing touch. Who knows, you have to aim for aims, and why not you can get into aims. In 1 ವರ್ಷ ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ aims ಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಆಗಬಾರದು? All Indian Institute of Medical Science, why not we may get 690, 700, 710, 705? Why not it is possible? Tell me why not it is possible. Yake? Why it is only students of Kota, Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai? Are they so smart? No, my dear all. Many of them are repeaters. Many of them are second time attempters. For that reason, their scores looks very good. Okay, but they are not as competent as we are. Whatever score we are getting in the first round, even that much they are not getting in the first round. Most of the scores were in the range of 700, 690, 650 above. Usually, if not everyone, usually will be second time attempt. So, if at all you are not getting a medical seat this year, don't worry. That's okay. Calm down, cool down, make a decision. Sit for another 6 to 8 months. Another 8 months, your exam will be there. Next year, you can make a white coat. That too, MBBS. Okay. So, NEET long-term benefits. Long-term will give enough time to aspirants to complete all the topics and chapters in NEET syllabus. NEET long-term, when you are preparing for NEET long-term, also called as repeaters course, you need not worry about practicals. You need not worry about your board examination. You need not worry about explanation, writing answer line to line, nothing doing. You have to just focus on MCQs. You have to just revise everything from first year to second year. For all your information, when you were studying second year, you could not focus on first year preparation, right? Because NEET exam will be having 50 to 51% of the portion coming from first year, and remaining 50 to 51% portion coming from second year. So when we have equal weightage for first year, PUC first year, have you given equal weightage in your preparation? You ask yourself. Because you had given weightage for board preparation, and after that you had CET, and immediately after that you had NEET examination. So you hardly had any time to prepare on first year portion. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸಮಯ ಸಿಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಬರೆದ್ರಿ, ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸಿಇಟಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ತಕ್ಷಣ ನೀಟ್ ಬಂತು. ಸೊ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸಮಯ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಯ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಮೈ ಡಿಯರ್ ಆಲ್, ವೈ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ NEET long term, you have to cover thoroughly first year portion, then second year portion. Okay, so students can complete all assignments, DPPs, daily practice papers and exercises with no pressure of finishing things in a hurry. Why you don't have a pressure of finishing things in a hurry? You have at least 6 to 8 months of time, minimum to minimum 6 to 8 months of time before your next NEET examination. So you can go through everything thoroughly and comfortably. Long-term preparation allows students to make efficient handwritten notes and consistent revision along with the studies. Revision, revision, revision. My dear all, in first attempt of NEET, tell me honestly, how many of you have revised it at least 3 times? How many of you have revised your first year portion and second year portion at least 3 times to the level of NEET examination? Tell me honestly. Agilla. Okay, most of you could not do that. ನಿಮ್ ಕಡೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಸಮಯ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ, ಸಮಯನೇ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ. You didn't have enough time. Okay, you didn't have enough time for even first round of preparation. Forget about second round and third round of revision. Most of you never had a time for first round of preparation. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ NEET long term, why it elevates your score? 300 ಮಾಡಿದವರು 650, 670, 680 ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. 350 ರೇಂಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದವರು 700 ಮುಟ್ಟಬಹುದು. ಯಾಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿ? ವೈ ನಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್? ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಆಗ್ಲೇಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇರೋದು ಒಂದೇ ಕೆಲಸ, ಓದೋದು ಒಂದೇ ಕೆಲಸ ಅಂದಾಗ ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ? ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗಿವ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ಅ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಥಿಯರಿ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ, ಅದ್ರ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಗಳು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಥಿಯರಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ದು ನಿಮ್ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಟರಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಫೈನಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಮಯ ಹೋಯ್ತು. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಸಿಟಿನೂ ಬರೆದ್ರಿ, ಇರ್ಲಿ ಬರೆಯೋಣ ಅಂತ ಸಿಟಿನೂ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ, ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ನೀವು ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೀರಿ? ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯು ಟೇಕನ್ ಎಟ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ 50 ಫುಲ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ನೀಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ಸ್? Have you gone with at least, forget about 50, 30 papers, 30 NEET long-term full-length papers ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನೀವು? Have you taken module tests? Have you taken comprehensive tests? Have you taken monthly tests? Have you taken at least 30-35 full-length tests? If you have not taken all these, then how can you expect a good score, my dear all? ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಳಕ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸಮಯ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಷ್ಟು ತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ನೀವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ. So students can give tests on a regular basis to check their learning speed. This is important. Speed ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? How you get a speed? How you improve your speed of attempting questions is only by practicing. ಬರಿಬೇಕು. Test. Only with that we can improve a lot of speed, my dear all. Okay, accuracy and time management, nothing but speed. When you increase your speed, that will improve your time management. At the same time, more tests will improve your accuracy. Next, opportunity to bounce back from low scores and bad performance in tests. Yeah, if at all you have not performed well in this test, you have enough time to bounce back and do well in the next test. Tell me honestly, had you had this time first attempt? No, because there was hardly any time between tests. ಹೌದಾ? ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಮಯ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಾಗ ಬೌನ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ? ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಡೂ ದಟ್. So good time in hand to take small studies to refresh the mind. Yes, that is always there. So 1 year, 1 goal, 1 decision can change your life. 1 year, 1 goal, 1 decision can change your life. Definitely I can bet on that. So next, want to be a doctor? Yes, definitely. That is why you are present in this session today. All those doctors, my dear future doctors, try to understand minimum this much is in boards, subject, PCB, already all this you know. I have repeated this several times in all my previous videos. Okay. NEET UG is a single entrance test for medical seats in India. MBBS, we have 91,415 seats. In Karnataka, we have, try to understand, in Karnataka, we have MBBS 8645 seats, 8,645 seats, whereas in India we have 91,415 seats, whereas BDS 26,000 all India, Ayush 50,000 all India seats. Karnataka, in Karnataka BDS we have 2,000 plus seats, Ayush we have 2,500 seats. This is scenario of Karnataka. This is for Karnataka. This is for Karnataka. Okay. So now these are some of our performers of a previous NEET examination. Okay, so she is Sanjana, studying in Government Medical College, Mysore. We have previous achievers. Okay, so we have Ashwini Mathur, we have Shekhar, Jyoti, Rahul, Tejaswini, Rohan. So these all people have made us proud with a good performance. Course details, what you have in Gurudev. My dear all, I believe all this time we discussed about seat selection, expected cutoffs, how you have to plan your counseling process, how you have to go for option entry, whether you have to go for all India quota selection or you have to go for state selection or state quota. That all we have discussed. Now we have also discussed about importance of long term. ಒಂದು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಸೀಟ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ವಾ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗಬೇಡಿ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಅಬ್ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ಲಿ ಫೈನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ನೀಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಡಿಸಪಾಯಿಂಟೆಡ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ವಾ, ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡೋಣ, ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಸೀಟ್ ತೆಗಿಯೋಣ. ಏನ್ ಕನಸಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಯಾರು ನಮಗೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರು ನಮಗೆ ಗುಂಡು ಹೊಡೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದ್ ವರ್ಷ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ನಮ್ಮ ತಲೆ ತೆಗೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ನಾ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು? ಏನ್ ಕನಸಿದೆಯೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಸಾಧಿಸಲೇಬೇಕು. Okay, so what you have in NEET long term, we have NEET long term or repeaters batch. We have subjects, that's core subjects, which are PCB, daily 6 hours. Now we have extended that. Daily we have 6 hours plus 3 hours module we have. We have total 9 hours of preparation. Subject wise hours, PCB 480 hours per year per subject. Per subject per year we have 480 hours. Just imagine another 480 to 500 hours. Just imagine, my dear all, if you are preparing physics alone for another 500 hours, if you are preparing chemistry alone for another 500 hours, biology alone for another 500 hours, all put together 1500 hours, just imagine where your score will reach. Just imagine where your score will reach. I will give you 1500 questions, 1500 hours, 1500 hours. 1500 hours. Can it not increase your score by another 200, another 250 marks? 1500 ತಾಸು ನೀವು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಓದ್ತೀರಿ, 1500 hours you prepare extra. Will it not increase your score by 150, 200 marks? Imagine your score is 350 plus or 400, 350 to 400. By putting 1500 hours of effort, can't your score be 550 to 650, another 200, another 200, 1500 hours you are preparing. It means you are going through close to 100 test papers. That is weekly, subject wise, module wise, cumulative test, full length test, analysis of that, preparation of that. Okay, just imagine the amount of effort what you are putting there. Just imagine amount of question what you are solving. ಒಂದು 30,000 questions solve ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ನೀವು. More than 30,000 questions. More than 30,000 questions you are going to solve in 1500 hours. Then will it not help you to achieve your goal? Definitely. Not any KMC, JNMC, Bagalkot Medical College, Ballari Medical College, JMC, Mysore, Bangalore Medical College. No, no. If you are repeating, your aim should be aims. If at all you are repeating, your aim should be aims. Otherwise, better don't repeat. Do you get my point here? So, number of tests. See, we have all tests put together, weekly tests, grand tests, monthly, cumulative tests, after completing syllabus, full subject tests, all this put together, we have more than 70, 80 tests throughout your course. Just imagine, bare test barita prepare ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತೀರಿ ನೀವು, ಬೇರೆ ಏನೂ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನೇ ಬರೆದು ಅದನ್ನೇ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನ್ ಬರಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯ? ಏನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರ? ನಾವು ಕಲಿಸಿದ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಕೊಡಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯನಾ? ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಬರಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ? It should be a subset of whatever you have learned. It is a subset of whatever we have taught, right? So about achievers, Ashwini Mathur with score 539, expected was 330 in NEET-2020, but in 2021 539, 534 Shekhar, SSM Davanagere Medical College, 505 Jyoti K, Bangalore Government Medical College, 499 Sanjana, GMC Mysore. So those are all just glimpse of our achievers. So probably about us already I have discussed what can be with NEET and everything, what Gurudev is doing. Check, mic check. Mic check. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Sorry for probably I was not audible for a while just because of some mic problem. I think now it is audible. So, my dear all, as I was telling, the values of Gurudev are commitment, excellence, transparency, and passion. On these values we work. And most important, where we are from Dharwad. There is Saptapur, and if you come to Dharwad and if you look for Gurudev, you will see Gurudev everywhere, my dear all. So that is all about NEET expectation of 2022, how to plan, and what Gurudev is. My dear all, wish you all the best. I hope you have done well in your 2022 NEET examination. You all are eagerly waiting for your results. I pray that your dreams come true in first attempt only. I wish that you realize your goals in your first attempt only. If not, don't worry, Gurudev is always there with you. Happy to help you any given day. Wish you all the best. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.